I have been in the works of the pivot. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Desiree, mom of 3 and the owner and maker behind The Handmade Mom. Alright, so this week I thought we would just sit down and just do a chill, just like little chatty update on how the pivot of my small business has been going. If you guys remember a few videos ago, I don't remember how many at this point, I talked about how I was going to be pivoting my small business and kind of leaning more into my laser. And if you did not see that video, I will be sure to link it for you guys to go and check out. But I have been in the works of the pivot, and I haven't been the greatest at like documenting it here, but I do have some clips that I will kind of add throughout the video. But yeah, I thought we would just sit down and like chat about how things are going. So I mentioned, like I said, I was going to be leaning more into my laser with like more laser specific projects, signs, decor, things like that, and also wanting to do on-site laser engraving for events. So first, let's start with the like more laser projects. Honestly, it started off a little bit slower. That's where I started putting things out with first, was the laser projects. So it started off with a sign that I made for a going away gift, and it was super detailed. I absolutely love how it turned out. And then we've made some other things, like I've done some journals, and it was honestly kind of slow at the beginning with that part of it. I did get a few inquiries here and there, but nothing crazy. And then when it came time for launching on-site laser engraving, I actually was like kind of slow rolling it, but because I wasn't really sure what I was doing in terms of like a service and providing a service. I've never been a service-based business. I've always been a product-based. So this was something new for me. So I am so fortunate that I am in 2 coaching groups. And so I've been able to kind of like talk through a lot of these things within both of those coaching groups. And it's been really, really helpful. So I kind of got to the point with that where I was just like, I feel like I'm just like dragging my feet on this and I just need to go for it. So one thing that I've learned about myself, and it's semi-recently that I've learned this, is that I just have to go for it and I just have to do it, and then I figure it out like as I'm going. Otherwise, I won't ever do it. I'll just do all the research for it, and then that's about as far as I get. So I have kind of gotten into this more like just jump on in and do it mentality. Now I do think things over still quite a bit, and I like, you know, try to figure things out ahead of time and like all that stuff. But with the on-site laser engraving, I had just got to a point where I felt like I was just prolonging the launch of this, and I needed it to be out there. I needed it to just start. So that's what I did. April 1st was the like official launch day, but then March 31st was the like soft launch, if you will, sort of, to my email subscribers. So I announced it there to them first, and then April 1st is when I really started to talk about it on like social media and stuff. And then on April 3rd, I think, yeah, April 3rd, I actually did my very first on-site engraving event. These first 2 events that I had were events that were already scheduled before the launch, before I decided to officially release it, because I was encouraged by some of the other members in my coaching group to go for it and give it a try, and like this could be, you know, a test run and all of that stuff. So that is what I did. It just so happened to work out that I just made the decision to like just put it out there like a couple days before. But that Thursday really was amazing. And then it's kind of kick-started since then. Just been a lot of busyness and a lot of inquiries and a lot of questions on all kinds of different things. You guys, it went so well. It went so good. I went to a local networking group that I am a part of, and they had a networking event, and I was doing on-site laser engraving for personalized business QR code and tap keychains. So let me show you real quick. Okay, So I love how these turned out. But these are the keychains. So I personalized the QR code and then their either business name or logo or whatever they wanted to put up there. And then it has the tap. So I was actually setting it up on site and all of that. So people who got a keychain from me have one now that connects to one link of their choice. So whether that be social media or a link tree or whatever, their website, it can do that. So it actually is a, like I said, it's a tap. So you have the QR code that you can scan, or let's see if I can show you guys. Or you can do tap and it opens up. So this is, I have mine linked to my link tree. So yeah, they were really cool. People absolutely loved them. I've actually gotten a lot of feedback, positive feedback on these, and they've been just a big hit for business owners. So I got this idea from the previous networking event with the same group that I went to, and there was actually a few people who were like, oh, I forgot my business cards, or oh, I ran out of business cards, whatever the case may be. And I have had that happen. I know I have had that happen to me lots of times. So I got this idea. I originally had wanted to do just QR code keychains, but then I learned about the tap feature and I did a test run on it and it worked beautifully. So super duper excited about these. So this is what really like launched and kickstarted things for on-site engraving. This was the very first event that I did with specifically on-site engraving. Now, I know that I've been doing on-site engraving for a few months now with markets and things like that, but this was specifically showcasing the on-site engraving and sharing that that was now available as a service. So I love these little keychains. They have a special place in my heart because they really have like kickstarted things for me and this new service. So now going into the next day, so that was on a Thursday, and then actually on the next day on Friday, I did my very first wedding. This was one that I had planned with the bride to do months ago. I brought the idea to her and asked if she'd be willing to let me go and set up and do the on-site engraving at her wedding and provide favors for her guests. She agreed so kindly, and I am so thankful. We did that on Friday after the Let's Connect event, and that went so well. I honestly, going into that, was very nervous that I was gonna go and like nobody was gonna want to do it. Nobody was gonna want to get a keychain engraved. And I thought that I was gonna come back with all the keychains I went in with, but that was not the case. We did not go through all of the keychains, but we went through a little over half of them, I believe. So that was really great. And honestly, we probably could have gone through more of them, but we did reach a point where we had to stop accepting orders for them because we were only scheduled to be there for a specific amount of time, and we were already over that time at that point. So yeah, I did have to cut off orders, but there were still people who were coming up and wanting to get one. So that was a really good sign to me that it was something that guests would want to do and would enjoy doing at a wedding. So the wedding actually was a lot of learning curves with that. So the networking event that I did on Thursday, I was actually solo. So I was doing all of the computer work, engraving, payments, all of that solo. And it was tricky. It was not the smoothest process. But luckily the group of women that are a part of this group and that go to this event are just so kind and so sweet and so supportive and loving. And they just were very understanding, and they worked with me. They helped me in different ways that they could, and it was just so nice. I'm so grateful to have one of my amazing friends come and help me. And basically she was interacting with the guests at the wedding, telling them what we were doing, what information we needed, and then also once it was done, she would message them, hey, your keychain is ready, come pick it up, kind of message. She would work on sending those out as they were completed. So she did that, and then I was doing all of the engraving. So I was running the machine the entire time. So I learned quite a bit within those two events. Definitely gonna be having a second person for all events. It just makes things so much easier. The wedding was so much smoother. I originally was gonna do that one solo, and I'm really glad that I didn't, because there was some times where it got pretty busy and I would not have been able to handle it. My mom was actually an attendee at the wedding, and so she did hop in and help. At one point when it got pretty packed, because the DJ made a last call for the engraving for the keychains, so then we of course had the rush of everybody like wanting to come and get their keychain. So we learned definitely need a second person, as well as cutting off the time of taking orders like a little bit earlier than we originally did, because we were over time. Now in this case, it was not an event that was paid for. I was doing this for free to just get that trial run, to just see, you know, what people thought of it and how people would react to it and like the flow of everything. So us being over time really didn't affect anything other than me and my friend staying there longer than we were anticipating to. But like I said, we learned that, and so now we know have last calls made earlier. Now we know cut off the keychain orders earlier and all of that stuff. But everything else honestly went pretty smooth. Like, my friend had worked weddings before for a different type of service that also is included in weddings, and so she had experience with, you know, dealing with crowds and managing people and all of that when it comes to events like that. So I was so grateful for her to come and help me. She has been so supportive since day one, and I'm so grateful for her. I really do have an amazing support system, and I honestly don't know that I would be able to do all of the things that I do without them. So I do appreciate them so much. But anyways, yeah, so that is what kind of has been happening with the on-site engraving, with the pivot, with all of this stuff. And so now, actually, since those 2 days, I have been very busy with lots of inquiries about products, lots of questions about on-site engraving. Social media has been picking up with people who are like loving it, interacting with it. I did actually get 2 like inquiries specifically for on-site engraving, which is really awesome. I did not think that I was going to get any right away, but we actually got one from one of the attendees at the wedding, as well as one from someone on social media who saw my post about on-site engraving. So excited about this. We are just starting out with the on-site engraving stuff and like really sharing that, and so I'm getting the word out more, and it's just people are receiving it so well. Like, I am literally so overwhelmed with how well this is being received. I literally cried after the Let's Connect event, which was the networking, that's what they call it, is Let's Connect. And I literally cried at the end because I was so overwhelmed with how much love and support I got for this that I couldn't hold it back. Yeah, I'm just so grateful. I actually made, so you guys know, because you have seen my market vlogs, you know, very rarely, like, I don't think I've ever really sold, no, I take that back, holiday time. I did sell out of a couple like ornaments, but aside from like holiday specific items, right, I have never really sold out of anything that I can remember. Maybe close to selling out, but I made, so I originally was going to make, for the Let's Connect event, I was going to make, I think it was like 10 or 12 keychains, because I always do that. I always overmake, and I didn't want to do that again this time. So I was going to make like 10 or 12, and I thought, I was like, I'm honestly probably going to come back with some of those too. And then we did a Facebook Live with this group, and I went on and I shared, you know, what I was going to be doing and showed everybody, and talked about it, and everybody was so excited about them, like so excited about them. And I was like, okay, after the call, I was like, okay, maybe I should make a little bit more. So I ended up making a total of 21, and I took 21 keychains with me, and I left with 19, which is so wild. Like, like I said, I never expect that, because it never happens. Like, I always end up with way more, like bringing home way more than I was expecting to. So yeah, to go and almost sell out of those keychains on site, And then afterwards, like seeing all of the feedback, and even still to this day, like we're recording and it's actually exactly a week later, it's people are still messaging me, sharing on social media how much they love it and how helpful it's been. Like, oh man, kind of ping pong there a little bit, I feel like, but overall the laser and like leaning into that more and doing on-site engraving has been going well. It has been received well. So we have not had our first official like paid booking yet, but I feel it's coming. It's gonna happen. Like, yeah, I talked about this in one of my other videos. Maybe it was the same video about doing the pivot, but I feel it in my soul. I feel it in my soul that this year is going to be amazing. It's like, it's going to be my year. And I've never felt that way before. Like, I've never thought that before. So I don't know what it is, but this year is going to be amazing. It is. And I think this might be the start of that. So I'm excited. That is the update on how things have been going. I'm excited to see where things lead to from here. So yeah, I'm really, really excited about all the things that are happening. It's gonna be so good. I can just feel it. But yeah, so that is the update. I just wanted to keep it short, sweet, and simple, and just share with you guys like what's been going on. I haven't been the greatest at documenting it all, but I'm gonna do my best to get better about that, so you guys can actually come along this process and this journey with me, because that's what I'd like to do here, is share, you know, the journey and bring you guys along that, whether it ends up being amazing or it ends up not working out. I want to bring you guys along with me. Back up, not finished with the update. I will say one thing that I have learned and I've been kind of like scrambling and like stressing about is my systems and processes for like behind the scenes of things is not where it ideally should be, or I think would be beneficial for me to be at, because it's been one of those things that like, oh, I have time, oh, I'll get to it, oh, whatever, like I've not even released it yet, or like nobody's gonna be interested in this, I have time, you know, like it's been kind of one of those things. And like I said, since Thursday, it's just been very busy, and there's been a lot of things that I have not had in place, but I needed to have in place, like certain email responses or forms or spreadsheets and things like that, just so I can keep track of things for myself. And those systems just were not in place. And so I was definitely feeling it. Definitely feeling that. I think we are almost there with some of the things that I was wanting to have done. So that hopefully it will help things out a little bit. Things have actually kind of calmed down a little bit in terms of like questions and inquiries and things like that. So it's giving me a second to, one, breathe, and two, get all of that kind of finished out and situated. I've been doing the things as I like absolutely need them, but then also trying to throw in there, you know, finishing out orders, getting things shipped off, and scheduling like deliveries and like all the things. I definitely wish I would have set all of these things up sooner and had them in place and ready to go already before launching the on-site engraving. But I honestly did not think that this was going to be a thing like that people were super interested in very quickly. So yeah, that's on me. But we're working on it. We are working on the updates, and we are working on things, and I have some ideas in the works, and it's gonna happen. Like I said, I am just the type of person that like I have learned I just need to jump in and I just need to do it, and then I figure it out as I go. And this is that time. I'm figuring it out right now as I go, what I need, what I'm missing, and we are making it work as we are going through this. So that is the final bit of the update. I don't think I'm missing anything now. If I did, we'll talk about it in another video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and just hearing about this little update on things. And if you are interested in seeing, you know, all the things that I'm doing with on-site engraving, then be sure to follow me over on Instagram. That is going to be the best place to get the most up-to-date things, happenings, events, info, all of the things are over on Instagram. So be sure to go and follow me there. All right, y'all. So if you enjoyed this video, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it if you gave it a big thumbs up. It helps out me and my channel so much. Also, if you have not already, be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss any future uploads that I post. Thank you so much for watching and coming along this journey with me. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye!